Hey everyone, we are live for another featured speaker spotlight for the Teach Better Conference. My name is Ray Hewart. I am so excited to be live with Darrin. I know that so many of you in our community already know him, already know his incredible team and the work that they are doing. But this is all about diving into the sessions that he is going to be presenting at Teach Better Conference 2022. You can get all the details, including the full lineup and schedule over at teachbetterconference.com. But let's get ready for some good conversation. Feel free to say hello and tell us where you're listening from in the comments, and we'll be right back. Hey everyone, I'm so excited to bring such a familiar face to our Teach Better community here as we talk about highlighting a speaker at our Teach Better conference. Darrin, how you feeling so far?
Hey, you know what? I'm doing great today, Ray. Thanks so much for asking. Thanks for having me jump on with you. Looking forward to this conversation. It'll be fun.
I love it. We're highlighting all the speakers at the conference between July all the way through September. We're offering this opportunity for speakers to get to know our community, introduce themselves, share a little bit about what they're presenting at the conference. But you are not a new face at all. You have been in the Teach Better family for quite
Yeah.
some time. So would you mind sharing a little about yourself if maybe a new member to our community hasn't been introduced to you yet?
Sure, of course. Yeah. I'm Dr. Darrin Peppard, and I am, I guess, I don't know. I call myself the lead innovator. I don't know that that's the right title, but I'm the guy running Road to Awesome LLC. We are uh, motivational speaking, leadership consulting, and of course, also publishing educator books for educators by educators. I'm a veteran educator. I spent 26 years in public education, everything from teacher all the way through superintendent. But Ray, I know you've heard me say this before. The number one thing, I'm a recovering high school principal. That's the bottom line. I will always, always, always identify with being a high school principal. Loved it, loved every moment of it. The highs, the lows, the heartbreaks, the victories, all of those kinds of things. So, educator at heart, always will be, and now home based in Omaha, Nebraska. Had to move somewhere into the center part of the country so I can get to all the different places. And really, I'm adjusting for the first time to humidity. I mean, I've never lived in a place with humidity, and it's brutal in Omaha. I mean, I lived in Arizona, Wyoming, and the Colorado mountains. There is no such thing as humidity there. Here, yeah, we got humidity. So there you go. That's a little bit about me.
I have to tell you, Darrin, it's really funny you say that because I feel like I'm a relatively well-traveled person. I would love to continue to travel more, but most of the places I traveled did have humidity. I just recently took my first trip to California, and oh my God, you're right. There literally is no humidity in that area.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked. It makes such a difference. So I'm sending you so much like sympathy for your humidity
Yeah.
struggle.
Anybody who's ever heard, like I lived in Arizona for 11 years. That's where I was a classroom teacher. And, we always say, well, it's a dry heat. People just laugh about that. No, seriously, it's a dry heat. It is so much different than, it was 102 here in Omaha yesterday and probably 65% humidity. It was brutal, just brutal.
Yeah, no, I can tell you, I live in the Chicagoland area and we have had such crazy weather this summer so far. I'm hoping it continues to get better, but you walk outside and you can like taste the weather. It's like so humid and
I know.
gross. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
just
sorry
wrong.
for struggling through that. I will at least say when you and I get to be together in person in October for the Teach Better conference, I'm hoping it's not hot and humid, like maybe fall weather. That would be great, I think.
I would be great with that. I would imagine, coming to Ohio in October, that we would see some fall. Maybe we'll actually see some leaves changing color and starting to fall off the trees. And I honestly I love fall. Ray, I don't know about you; it's one of my favorite seasons. So I'm definitely looking forward to the Teach Better conference. Ohio, I think the extent of time I've spent in Ohio has been multiple trips in and back out of the Cincinnati airport. I've never like even left an airport in Ohio. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Well, you absolutely will have to soak it all up when you come this October, because we are going to have so many opportunities, even like at the conference, but also outside of the conference at networking events, that at least you'll be able to see a few good restaurants. I can promise you that.
I'm all in on that. That sounds good to me.
So good. Darrin, I know Road to Awesome is obviously a sponsor of this event, so we're so excited to feature Road to Awesome in a number of ways. But this conversation here, I'd love to learn about the sessions we'll be presenting at, because not only are you doing so much as a sponsor and always supporting the Teach Better community with, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of opportunities, but we also have the opportunity now to learn from you, hear from you, and attend sessions that you'll be facilitating. So do you want to give us a sneak peek on what you might be talking about?
Yeah, of course. So I actually have two sessions. The solo session that I'm doing is school culture and social emotional learning, a journey on the road to awesome. And so what that session is really about, it's kind of a combination. Mostly. I'm still tweaking it a little bit for that conference, but it's kind of a combination of something that I typically will do in a keynote session where I talk about some of the steps that actually are in my book right there, Road to Awesome. But some of the steps that I took as both a high school assistant principal and as a principal, as a whole team that we took to just completely revamp our school culture and our climate. You know, we talk so much right now about social and emotional learning, about the whole child. And to me, as a leader, I think one of the most important things we can do is focus on building that positive culture. So I'm going to, in that workshop, really break down some of the steps that we took as a school and how we went from a school that honestly had a really toxic culture, had a really poor graduation rate, really poor attendance rate, high incidence of student on student violence. Um, I was in charge of discipline and attendance when this first started, and we had about 1,000 students. I did over 2,000 discipline referrals my first year, and we were able to reduce that to under 500 in the second year just through some of the work that we did. So I'm going to share some of the steps around that, share some of the things that I believe in, and most importantly, for those who know me, I love to tell stories, and I'm gonna tell some stories from that time, and just kind of share how that work then it was not necessarily time specific. It's work that definitely is applicable now and important now, and important for us to be building that positive culture and climate so that we are able to support the entire or the whole student rather.
Darrin, something I really value about you that I want to emphasize to our community here as they're going to teachbetter.com and they're choosing their schedule of planning their time in October, which I can't believe you can get access to the entire schedule in July. I mean, this is months and months. You can start planning what session you want to go to and everything. But something I really value about you that I've seen modeled over and over and over is that you don't just speak to one type of educator. You clearly have had a number of different leadership roles. I know you work with administrators quite frequently, but I really do believe that classroom teachers, coaches, principals, they're all going to be able to take something away from what you're sharing. It's not just going to be kind of like a niche-y topic for one specific breed of educator. Can you elaborate a little bit more on the audience that you might be wanting to speak to?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're an educator, you're the audience I want to speak to. And it's not, me simply saying, "Oh, I can speak to everybody." It's because of a value and a belief that I have. I mean, I refer to a lot of people call their group their staff and their faculty, but I didn't. I called mine my staffalty because I never believed that we should separate the two. There's this inherent one is better than the other when we do that, or one is more important than the other. But Ray, you know this really well. Every adult in a school associated with a school, I shouldn't even just say in, because bus drivers are a huge part of this too. Everybody who is associated with a school as an adult has an equal opportunity to have a significant impact on the life of a child. So all of us can benefit from the strategies that I'm going to talk about. When I'm talking about how we build that culture, that's our classroom culture. That's our bus culture. That's our lunchroom culture. That's our hallway culture. That's, it's who we are and how we collectively support each other and make our school a place where everybody feels like they're part of something special, where everybody feels like they're seen and they're heard and they're loved. So my audience, yeah, it's if you're an educator, you're in the audience. You need to be in the audience.
Well, and that's what I really value about your session, because I know some presenters will come in and they'll have very, very specific niches they're trying to hit. And there's absolutely a time and place for those as well. But I truly,
Mm-hmm.
truly want to encourage all of our community here to like specially note to go find Darrin's session, because every single educator will be able to take something not only back for them to implement, but hopefully then for them to share with their colleagues, with their friends, with their leadership teams to continue to make that impact. So very, very exciting.
Yeah,
You also have another session as well, don't
I
you?
do, and this one is niche specific, though it really is in its own unique way. So
Yep.
um, I'm partnered with already through some work that I do at Road to Awesome with Dr. Brandon Beck, who is an educator extraordinaire and Teach Better ambassador from New York. But Brandon and I partnered up shortly after both of our books were released. I think his came out maybe a month or two after mine. And the unlocking unlimited potential that Brandon talks about in his book, and of course, Road to Awesome on my side, led the two of us to some conversations. And we discovered that we have this incredible passion for helping others to be the best they can be. And we started doing some results coaching together. We haven't come up with the best title for it. I mean, we're still working on this. But we call it Unlocking Unlimited Potential on the Road to Awesome. So there you go. We just smashed our two titles together. But in this particular session, Brandon and I are going to share a little bit of our experience from both receiving coaching and then also being coaches for others, and explaining how there are these key things, these key elements that every one of us can do to unlock that unlimited potential we have and to really get ourselves moving down that road to awesome. It may be that an individual is looking for some steps to help them achieve goals around writing and completing a dissertation, or maybe they want to jump into the speaker space, or they want to write a book, or whatever the case may be. Brandon and I have developed a system that we think is really strong. Our clients are having great success with it, and we just want to share it with folks and help them take that next step and find that one thing that lets them kick their imposter to the curb and actually move forward and get it done.
So, Darrin, if I'm looking through the schedule and I'm like, okay, is this going to be a session that I'm going to bookmark in Sketch and say, yep, I got to make sure I go to that one, October 14th or 15th for the Teach Better conference? What type of questions do I want to ask myself to know if I'm the right audience for that?
I think that's a great question, Ray. I'm working really hard on my listening skills, by the way. I always preach to people, listen to hear, listen to understand, not to respond. But I'm like trying not to, force, responses as you're firing that question off. It's a great question. That was my way of delaying to get to an answer that makes sense.
I respect
Here's
it.
what you would be asking.
I feel like I live going live for our community, so I totally understand the need to stall and process. I live that with you, Darrin. We're having the same experience.
Yeah, for sure. No, I would tell you, if you're somebody who sets goals for yourself and you just keep running into a roadblock, or you're a procrastinator, or you feel like I just need a system that helps me take the next step. You just need a little clarity in the process. I can see the comments over here, and Brandon is commenting. So I'll just read what Brandon said, because he's my sidekick here. There you go. If you have many goals and want a little clarity in the process, that's the place for you. Brandon's absolutely correct. We talk about it all the time. We talk about it with every one of our clients that when you have a goal and you know where you want to get, sometimes there's just this gap between how I get started and how I actually get there. And having that coaching support, somebody who kind of helps move you along just by asking great questions, or maybe giving a little bit of a suggestion here and there, makes a huge difference. And so the question would be, if you've got a goal, you struggle on how to get there, and you want to know what maybe could be a solution, then that's the session for you.
I love this. So many opportunities. I really appreciate you choosing to come live to feature this, because it's always nice when you're looking at any conference presentation, like layout, to look at the title and the description. It's so much better, in my opinion, to hear it from the presenter, from the expert themselves. And now hopefully our community, if they haven't done so already, is connecting with you months and months in advance. They can go follow you on social media, continue to consume all the resources and tools that you're sharing out. And now you have another friend that you can meet at the conference, which is kind of the goal of us ensuring that our community gets a little dose of our speakers before the event. So I really do appreciate you sharing all of this with us. I know you have a lot of people in the comments that are eager to attend.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and I mean, let's be honest. You touched on it a little bit earlier, Ray. Not many conferences do you know this far in advance what your options are. Now, of course, for me, that means I'll probably change my options 10 or 12 different times, and I'll probably come back to the Teach Better Facebook page and watch all of the different videos to try and figure out exactly where I want to go. But it's exciting just to be able to see who is going to be at this conference now that we're finally able to go to conferences and connect in person. There's so many folks that I've met. Well, heck, Brandon's a great example. We've worked together for a year. I have not yet met him in person. So there's just so many great people that it's going to be a blast. I cannot wait for the Teach Better conference.
Yes, there will not be a stranger or a lonely person in the room, no matter who you are, where you live, or how long you've been connected to the team. We cannot wait to have you, and we're excited to introduce you to even more friends when you get there. It's a big, big pillar that we believe in. Darrin, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here, but I know you can handle it because you're a professional going live and listening and storytelling, and I need a little bit of a story. Because something I really value about you and so many other members of our community is that everybody heard about the Teach Better team at different points in their life and their career, and everyone's chosen to get involved in a little bit of a different space. The Teach Better team does a lot to support educators, but not every opportunity is the right opportunity. Everyone kind of finds their own niche. You yourself have chosen to sponsor and speak at this event. I would love to learn about why you decided to get so involved in this conference.
Yeah, that's an awesome question. Well, I mean, I think it goes back to, when I first connected with the Teach Better team, and not necessarily knowing, everything about the team, but definitely, clicking with the vibe of Teach Better and what Teach Better is really about. I think my first experiences with Teach Better was during the pandemic as a superintendent. I found my way. I think it was Dave that invited me to join the administrator mastermind, and being able to join that mastermind every week. And I think at first it was a lot of just commiserating, but then over time, it really just continued to grow further and further into a network. A lot of relationships have been built and maintained from that. And I found a great space to be able to learn from others. And, I believe very strongly, just like everybody at Teach Better, that, we can all continue to grow and get better, especially if we do it together, if we all work collectively towards a common goal, which is exceptional education and great opportunities for kids. We can be successful. And so, I got involved, I know, with a couple of the live events. Now, of course, I'm involved with the mastermind for edupreneurs with Jeff Gargas. Something I also find really valuable, just being able to connect with other edupreneurs, both that are doing side hustles and some that have gone full-time like I have. I wanted to get involved with this conference and sponsor this conference because I believe in it. I believe in the network. I believe in the community, and man, it's loaded with so many incredible people. Whatever we at Road Dawson can do to help this conference be successful, that's what we want to do.
Well, I really, really value this partnership. I know we love getting not only new members into our growing community, but also amplifying the incredible people that are a part of it. And you for sure have consistently been one that is not only excited to share your insight, but support and help always. So I'm so appreciative of you, excited that you're a sponsor for the event, and then really
Yeah.
eager for everyone to enjoy your sessions. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. And again, first opportunity to actually put my feet on the ground in Ohio. So how can you beat that?
It's going to be awesome. For our friends here, please head over to teachbetterconference.com. If you've not yet registered, I will tell you that every featured speaker, including Darrin, has a code that will be able to get you some discounts on the registration tickets. So if you haven't purchased yours yet, you might want to connect with Darrin on social and direct message him and get that code. Otherwise, make sure that you grab your conference tickets so you can start planning what sessions are the right fit for you. Again, the conference is October 14th and 15th, and we cannot wait to have you all join us. Darrin, thank you again for coming live with me, and I want to encourage everyone to connect with you. Is there a good spot for them to go to connect with you? Maybe like Twitter? I know you have a website.
Yeah.
Where should they head?
Yeah, I'm all over the place, really. So if you go to any social media and go right here at Darrin M. Peppard, you're going to find me. Definitely Twitter. Twitter is a great place. That's probably where I spend the most of my time, Twitter and LinkedIn. And then also the website is roadtoawesome.net. Every page has a connect with me page or link and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, either hit the website or hit me up on social media. Always happy to help. Always love to listen and learn and meet new fellow educators.
So wonderful. We hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday. And if you want to make sure you catch all these featured speaker spotlight lives that we are doing to highlight the incredible educators that are going to speak at the Teach Better Conference, you can subscribe to our calendar that will keep you up to date on when we'll be live throughout this time. That is over at teachbetter.com/events calendar. All right, friends. See you later. Happy Wednesday.